everybody, we're going to do our upper body right now. We have 3 positions that you can stand, which is neutral position, feet under the hips. You can stand in first position Pilates, which is squeezing the heels together, feet flat on the mat. Third option is to do first position Pilates, releve, which is lifting the heels, squeezing the heels. So you can grab some free weights. We're going to use 1 or 2 pounds at the top, at the maximum. You can do any of these exercises without weights. You can set them down at any point in time. You can pick them up at any point in time. So choose your position, squeeze those heels. I want you to pull your navel in and up towards your rib cage like it's on a fish hook. Press T7, which is your 7th vertebra on your thoracic spine, into an imaginary wall. Your shoulders are back and down. Lengthen through the crown of the head and lengthen through the tailbone. We're going to start with lifting our weights up to shoulder height. We're going to start with our circles. We're going to go slow back down, under and around. Remember, we don't lift our weights above the shoulder girdle. We keep it at shoulder height, so it's a flat top circle. We have 20 circles back, and then we're going to do 20 circles forward. Beautiful. I like to have an open grip on those weights. Take this, soften the joints, a little soft bend in the elbow. Keeping that breath flowing. Always tying your breath in with the movement. Focus on all your points. Keep pushing T7 into an imaginary wall. We have a few more backwards. Just a reminder, you can always set those weights down. We're going to pause, and now we're moving forward. 20 circles forward. Keep breathing. This is 10. We have 10 more. This is 3 and 2 and 1. Beautiful. Hold those weights at shoulder height. Pulse up an inch. Pulse just 1 little inch up, 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 up. Breathe through it. Take breaks whenever you need. Keep pushing T7 into an imaginary wall. Breathe. Pulse. Breathe. Pulse. Five more. 4, 3, 2. Hold it. Pulse back an inch. Pulse. Pulse. You've got this. Good job. Pulse. 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 Keep pressing T7 into that imaginary wall. Keep that navel in and up. Pulse. 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 Take breaks. 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down, shoulder roll, shake it out. We're moving on into some hammer curls. Curl in, lengthen. Keep that open grip on that weight. Keep pushing T7 into an imaginary wall. You can always change your foot position for any of these exercises. Mix it up, whatever works for you. Keep lengthening through the spine, always staying neutral, keeping that core engaged. Nice work. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Keep that pelvic floor lifted slightly. Let's do 10 more. Five more. 4, 3, 2. We're going to do some shoulder rolls again. Shake it out. Nice cleansing breaths. We're doing our rhomboid squeeze now. Lengthen, open the grip, palms up. Bring your elbows in and down your spine. Lengthen back out. Squeeze in and lengthen. Squeeze. You've got it. It's always good to check the mirror if you have one at home as you do these exercises. Making sure your form is solid. Making sure you're working each side equally. I always encourage you to smile through these exercises. It makes it easier. It makes you feel better. Beautiful. Take those breaks. Those breaks are good. Form is everything. Doesn't matter how many you do as long as you do each one beautifully and correctly and with good form. Let's do 10 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Another shoulder roll back, shoulder roll forward. We're going to go into a tricep lunge. So what I want you to do, I'll go from a couple of angles to show you. You're engaged in your core, your neutral spine. You bring that knee over the heel. Bring that back knee down under the hip. We're going tricep kickback, so you stop at the hip and back. We don't go into the biceps. We just worked our biceps. We're focusing on tricep. I'll show you a front version. Knee over the heel, kickbacks. Beautiful. Your core is engaged. You're lengthening through the tailbone. You're lengthening through the crown of the head. You can add a lower body movement in or stay stationary in the lower body in this lunge. If you add the lower body, it's just bringing that back knee down towards the mat. That front knee stays over the heel. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Keep everything solid. Press T7 back. Your breath is flowing with each of these movements. You've got your core engaged. Remember, it's lateral breathing. Breathe through the chest. Open those lungs. Let's do 10 more. Two, one, switch lunges. I'll show you both angles. From the side, arms are long, joints are soft. So I want you to keep a micro bend in that elbow. Palms face each other. Bring your arms in, open up. You can maintain that lunge, or you can add that lower body movement with this as well. Keeping that front knee over the front heel. Keep breathing, keep pushing T7 back. Navel in and up. Take breaks. Check in with how you feel. Ten more. Beautiful. Switch lunges. We have 2 more tricep exercises. Now we open up the hands, open up the grip, palms face the ceiling. Lift those arms lower. So it's not a kickback. The elbows don't bend. You lift the entire arm. Keep that breath flowing. Keep breathing. Keep lengthening. Good job. Five more. Beautiful. Let's switch lunges. Palms down. This is the hardest one. So remember, breaks are acceptable. They're encouraged. Keep lengthening through the tailbone, lengthen through the crown, navel in and up. Just a reminder, checking all your points all the time. Halfway. If those shoulders are creeping up, drop them. It's where we hold our tension. Just 10 more. Nice work. Shoulder rolls. I'm going to go in some deltoid twists. Choose your foot stance of choice of those three that I mentioned in the beginning. Pretend you have a stability ball here and here. You do not need weights with this. If you use weights, 1 to 2 pounds is max. Forward, over the top of the ball, back. We're working the anterior deltoid, creating a little sculpting valley there. Keep pushing T7 behind you. Keep lengthening through the crown of the head. Lengthen through the tailbone. Keeping your breath flowing. Lifting that pelvic floor just a slight little bit. If you're not feeling this, you might want to try and lengthen the arms, lift them a little higher. I call it tweaking. You really want to engage this front muscle. We all have a little bit of a different build, so we might have to try just a couple of different moves to get into that anterior deltoid. Some people go longer, some people go shorter, higher and lower. Try all those positions. You should be feeling it by now. Keep breathing. Feel free to drop your weights at any time. You do not need to use your weights through all of this. If you decide not to use weights and you want to pick them up, feel free to do that as well. Keep breathing. Keep smiling. Let's do 10 more. 4, good job, 3, 2, 1, shoulder rolls. Okay, let's go into a little wider foot stance, a little wider than your hips. Sit back into a squat. Again, knees should always be over the heels. You want to sit back into that squat, neutral spine. Open grip on the weights. Here we go. We're squatting back as we lift those arms. Elbows are bent. You can always hold that squat and just lift the arms if that's better for your knees. Five more. Let's do a shoulder roll. We're going back into that squat. We're opening our arms. Same thing, elbows bent, lift. Just five more. Beautiful, shoulder rolls. Okay, feet at hip width distance or a little bit further apart. Sit back into your squat. Neutral spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Arms are down, palms facing each other. We're doing flies here. So I want you to lift up. Slowly lower, like you have resistance of peanut butter coming down. Lift. Lower slow with control. Your breath is flowing. You're sitting back into your glutes. Sitting onto those heels. You have a neutral spine. Elongating through the tailbone and the crown. That's halfway. Beautiful job. Five more. Three, two, one. Nice. Good job. Do some shoulder rolls. Let's stretch that out. Set your weights down. So bring the arm up over the head. Bring that hand down your back. Grab the opposite elbow with the hand and exhale as you stretch into that tricep. Let's do the other side. Bring the arm up, bend the elbow, bring that hand behind the back, grab the elbow with the opposite hand, stretch that tricep. Let's bring it across. Grab it with the opposite arm. Exhale. And then switch. And then just bring your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, clasp the hands, and stretch back. Nice, and that's our arm track.